I'm Dingleberry Dog, and you're watching Nerd Talk. Hope you got your chicory and your chili. I do, because I'm trying to get sponsored by Pepto-Bismol. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Talk.
What was that?
I'm Ortec the Batman, otherwise known as, what did I say, Dingleberry Dog.
Dingleberry Dog.
This is GQ Tech, and that's John Gasson, otherwise known as Boss Tech. And back there in the Batcave, that would be Sausage Link. Today we've got tons of stuff to talk about. We're gonna be talking.
We got all kind of new names going today.
No, that's his name. It's Uttertech the Sausage Link. You didn't know?
That's true.
We made, the intro.
I'm not sure he's agreeing with that, but
he's the one who pressured me into doing that. To be
Oh, really?
honest. James, right?
Yes.
See?
Wow.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about the inventor of the TV.
I came up with it,
Yeah, John Logie
sort
Baird.
of,
really,
He didn't come up with it.
kind of,
I said it offhand, and
You
then
said
he
it-
owned it.
jokingly, and then I took it
he
further.
owned
Yeah,
it.
He stole it from me.
Yes.
He took the
Because it
words
was
right out of my
hilarious.
mouth.
It was hilarious.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
We're also going to talk about the 8K TV and why you really don't need it. And we're going to talk about
Or do you?
ASX. We're going to review the ASX, this little camera here.
Yep, right there.
And we also have an Ortec random report from the Gamers Guild, which is a really cool store that you guys need to check out, but we'll get to that later on.
I've actually even got an update on the drone registration.
Oh, so let's start with that. What do you
Really?
mean drone
We're
registration?
gonna go drone Okay.
Yeah, let's go right
well,
to it.
well, now that you're gonna do that, now you're gonna make me get over into the FAA released that nearly 300,000 unmanned aircrafts have been registered since December 1st.
Really?
Wow.
300,000.
That kind of, man, that's like the entire
That's a
state.
lot of hunting in Colorado.
Yes.
And our drones.
In other news, BB gun sales have gone up drastically in Colorado.
Well, in Deer Trail, Colorado, you can hunt the drone, and you get a $100 bounty for it.
They're practicing for Skynet.
Exactly.
That's awesome. I need to go to Colorado. Get my hunting license.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll
don't
just show
kill
up with
me
this.
some drones.
I'll just show up with this. I'll be like, multipass.
Multipass
Multipass.
allowed in.
That's what I'm going to do.
You're really digging it, aren't you?
I love the multipass. It's awesome. So let's talk about John Logie Baird, the guy who created the
John-
first TV.
Louis Baird,
Excuse me.
born 1888. On this day, 50 years, or was it 50, something like that?
So he was born in August.
He was August 1888.
Yeah.
Was the first one. He made the mechanical television work.
The very first mechanical television.
We actually got a picture of the dude too. What a handsome feller he is.
And that's actually one of the first prototypes, right?
Yep. That's what
And-
they actually sold. Yep.
Yeah, he also was the first guy to really broadcast anything. So he's basically the pioneer of not just the TV, but also broadcasting.
Yeah.
He was the
yep,
first guy
exactly.
to broadcast, and he
Yep.
broadcasted actually over, it was one still image, I believe, and or it might have had maybe some slight motion to it, but it was over 428 miles,
Yeah.
and he was the first guy to do that.
And it kind of looks like what we call porn.
It actually looks like HBO porn, actually, not
Yeah.
even real porn.
Yep.
So go ahead and show that image, James.
1 second.
He didn't
Oh,
have that.
he's
He doesn't have
unprepared.
that image.
He doesn't have it? Oh, I thought he had it.
No. It
Anyway,
was,
the image basically looks like HBO when you were trying to look at boobies through all the squiggly lines.
Yep.
It was a dummy head that he did it because he had two dummies, and he would do small plays with them, and he painted the dummy head because the contrast was better and it showed up better on screen. So he broadcasted that image from one of his plants, or I don't even want to call it a studio. It wasn't called studios back then.
No.
But to another one that he owned 438 miles away or
Yeah,
28
something like
miles
that,
away.
yep.
So he was the first television
He was the
inventor,
pioneer of television, yes.
first announcer, and first ventriloquist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he
Ever.
used a little dummy head in there. That's what he
He's
produced.
basically the father of broadcasting, as we know. So guys like us pretty much owe that guy everything.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It was
what
really,
else did you come up with there about him?
Nothing. I'm
That
waiting
was
for
it? Oh my gosh.
my iPad's acting stupid.
So's
His
mine.
iPad's shutting down.
Really, no, it's not shutting down. It's just acting stupid.
Must be the lawsuit we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, the lawsuit. Oh yeah, the Google.
Is
it
this
Google
the image?
versus?
That's
no,
it. There's the
it's
first
not.
image right
It
there.
is. I think I see a boob in there. But yeah,
Right in the
that's
center?
that's the actual dummy head that he used for the broadcast, and you can tell it like showed up really, or clear for that time. So he was
Oh,
the
look,
guy
a bunch of dummies. Not much has changed.
Oh, he's so funny. Oh my God. You know, hilarious.
Sorry.
But you know,
Sorry.
but it was so. But it's so important that Google put it on their top of their page today.
Yeah,
Yep.
50 years.
right after they shut down.
Well, not yet. We won't go there yet because that's coming in segment 3. But yeah, it you know, it took someone like that to go, hey, look, you know, I don't want to sit outside and watch the window and watch people walk
Right.
by. And reading books, yeah, I know reading is good. It's fundamental. Get it? Reading is fundamental. But you know,
Fun for mental.
fundamental. But that brings us into our next story is the 8K TVs are showing up.
Yep.
You ready for the price? Show a picture of that 8K. No, that's not 8K. That's 3 bald-headed guys.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, $130,000. Yeah,
Yeah, for that.
for that.
For a 96-inch
That's-
8K TV.
Yeah. How?
Yeah.
That's
what?
more than I want to spend on a
96
house.
inch 8K
Yeah.
TV?
It's a 96-inch. It's being released by LG in Europe.
And it's 96 inches. That's
But
like
it's
the
also
size of this
3D,
backdrop.
and you don't
almost.
need glasses.
Say what?
It's 3D, and you
3D.
don't need glasses.
Yep, you don't need glasses.
Yeah, but doesn't it make you feel like a drunk when you watch it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
That's not good for you and Captain PTSD over here.
So,
Yeah, you guys get all kinds of weird.
not PTSD. Don't spread that
I
rumor.
was talking to you and Captain PTSD.
Oh, that one over there. Yeah.
The one we
well,
keep in the box.
I don't
yeah.
have PTSD.
That's why he's in the box.
I don't have PTSD.
You have vertigos. I guess
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
Vertigo.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
sick. I don't feel good, okay? So I'm not all there. Pillows in the nose.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been there.
Oh, okay.
No. It's not enticing, actually. Oh, look, 3 dicks. I mean, Richards.
Oh, hey, let's watch
Easy
it.
there.
But that brings us into our, you know, the 8K. You know, the problem with 8K is there's not enough 4K content.
Oh, well, hasn't there been some movies shot in 4K? And that's pretty
Well,
much it.
it's not, you know, it's not 4K.
Yeah.
Movies have been shot in that resolution since the 50s.
Right.
But the problem is we haven't had the medium to get it out to the public. So it gets dumbed down, and then the masters are not kept and they're thrown away.
Right, right. Well, otherwise, how else did they get the images on such a large screen, right?
It's projection.
It still looks soft.
Yeah, it is soft. Or
Well,
exactly.
I mean, when we went digital is what I'm saying, because it wasn't projection then.
Well, it doesn't. Well, it's still projection now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's still
Oh,
projection.
okay.
Absolutely, it's
I
still
thought because
film
it
based.
yeah, I don't know. I don't work in.
No, everything
on
back
this
then was
stuff.
was shot on Super 35,
Right.
which is actually runs more in the RAW. It runs more in the realm of 8K than 4K.
Right.
So, but the problem is we haven't had the medium to get it to 4K.
Right.
So in other words, TVs can't handle 4K.
Yeah, there's been no way to display.
We were,
it.
you know, it was for a while there, the best resolution you could get on television was 1280 by 720, you know, and that's not even 1080.
Right.
So now 1080p's out, and you know that's been going, but it's so everything was. It's like when we shoot high definition video, like when we shoot 10K or not 10, but 1080,
Yep.
and we dumb it down 1280 by 720.
Compress, yes.
So
It's
what
the
do you
same
what do you do
thing.
with those original files? You kind of just don't hold on to them because
Yeah, they eat up
you've
a lot
knocked
of
them
hard
down.
drive space, too.
Well, the problem is a lot of stuff was not archived.
Can you imagine how much hard drive space an 8K video would take? Or even a 4K video takes up a lot of space.
Well, you also got to remember back then everything was film.
yeah, that too.
So it wasn't as if you know, they have hard drives.
yeah,
They have reels.
right.
So
Which
they
was
would,
probably worse to, you know, I mean, it takes up tons of space.
yeah,
For something the size of multipass,
multipass.
it's like the size of a pizza versus the size of this. You know what I
Bigger
mean?
than a pizza.
Well, you know what I
It's
mean.
4 stacks of pizzas.
Right, but I'm saying just one reel.
Right.
You know, and like a whole film.
And that reel is only one film.
Yeah.
Something the size of a multi-pass can hold hundreds of films.
Well,
Nowadays.
no, he's
That's
right.
what-
It's a stack of those make one film.
Yeah.
No, I mean nowadays we have hard drives that are terabytes.
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
we have hard drives that are teraflops. So
Yeah.
you're getting into flops instead of bytes.
Right.
So
We're back to flops.
we're back to flops.
I wonder if they have Oregon Trail on them.
Probably.
Yeah, only nerds.
Oh, well,
know.
I mean, that's why, and that's why, everybody keeps asking, well, how are they making all the old movies? How are they colorizing them, and how are they make them? They can run them on high definition channels because they were shot in such a large format. If they can find those original files, which I'm pretty sure somewhere there's film canisters, they didn't get rid of
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, but
you know.
I mean, what if when they crack them, wouldn't the exposure to air actually damage them?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like we had a client come in a month ago,
Yeah.
and we tried to restore the
cassette tape, right?
No, I still got that one, and I'm having a hard time with that one
Yeah.
because it's crumbly. They
Deterioration.
brought a record in,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and we
you're
tried
right.
to record the record to CD, and the record was so hard and stiff that it would break the needles.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Because the grooves
destroy
aren't. There's no. The one thing about vinyl is you could take vinyl. You could remember.
Right.
It had flex to it, right? So that means the plastic was soft.
Yep.
So, but when it gets hard like that, and it's
gets
seen
brittle.
light, sun, heat, over and over and over again, well, it gets stiff, and those grooves are just not clean.
Right.
And every time you put a needle, it'd go ba-da-da-da, and it wouldn't even go root. It would just break the needle because we use diamond needles, and it would just break them. It'd shatter them.
Right.
It's horrible.
And if you even slightly bump those things, they crack. Once they get to that point of
Well,
just
no,
sort of
this was
deteriorating.
actually. I mean, this thing was stiff, man. It was because they had it hanging on the wall, and they decided now we want to get it. Well, that's.
Oh,
It wasn't kept in a sleeve.
Right.
You can keep a record in a sleeve and keep it in a cool,
it'll be fine.
it's fine. But the minute you set it on a wall and it gets to see lights, it gets to see heat, it gets to see cold, we're on and off, on and off, on and off, and it gets moved around, they just turn into a pretty plaque.
yeah, that's
And that's
crazy.
really all they were. The same thing with film. I mean, if you keep the films in a dark, cool place, as long as it's
And
semi-regulated.
no moisture too. Moisture is bad.
Yeah, humidity's got to be
Yeah.
0. Well, you got to have a little bit, because if it's too dry, it just pulls the moisture right out of the film and turns into nothing but goo.
They get hard and brittle just like the record does.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I can't say I don't believe that there's no masters out there, but you watching My TV and all those old shows. Even those old shows back in the 50s, in the 60s that were shot black and white, those were shot on I believe 35 millimeter.
Right. But
So-
didn't they spend quite a bit of time in the beginning of the digital age, somewhere around the late 80s or mid 80s?
Restoring them all?
Yeah, and converting everything.
Yeah, but
Remember the
see
big
again.
Technicolor
Well, see
thing?
there you go. So now you've got this 8K resolution
Right.
film,
It's crap down to
right?
like
It's crap down to 720 by
at-
480
or-
or 1080p.
yeah, at
The best at best.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
So
say.
now you've and those and then, you don't want to touch those masters anymore because that one time they got digitized, it really it took a war and tear on them.
Yeah.
They may not make another one.
Because they probably haven't been ran in that original format in 30 years when it was done in the 80s. So by now, it's definitely up the creek.
Yep.
So-
So that really
call
is
that
what
Dawson's
so it's
Creek
what it
action.
really comes down to is the fact that we didn't if there was a way back then to transfer it to a digital 4K or an 8K or whatever, just keep it in the original film format, but go to digital format, we would have tons of 4K and even 8K. But right now,
Right.
not.
That's kind of scary to think too, because there's a lot of great films that if they hadn't been digitally converted by now, they're probably never gonna be. There's a lot of movies out there that unless someone made VHSs of them or something, and those are in okay condition, we probably lost a lot of great art that will never be seen again.
Yeah.
So, because I think they do it by priority, by like what was more popular, and you know how like
I have no idea.
like what's the dude? He made Plan 9 from Outer Space. Ed. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Johnny Depp played him in a movie, anyways. But that guy, when he made the.
All right.
All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna go ahead and go to break.
Yeah, we'll go to a
be
break.
Right back.
What's up, everybody? You're watching Max Play Live presents Random Reports, and I'm back at E&D Games to interview James Hollingsworth, Part 3. That's what I like to call him because he's more like a movie. If you ever met the guy, he's kind of like watching a movie. Anyways, I'm Ortec the Batman, and check these guys again with this fan crap. I'm not a fan. Anyway, watch the stupid interview.
Like, I know I gave you like a sheet. Like I said, you bad. Yeah, that's like that.
If you guys listen close, right now, Dave Growney and James Hollingsworth, Part 3, are actually going over the script and the story for Max Play Live Presents The Arena. I wonder if I can interrupt and get a friggin' interview because I've been standing here for about 10 minutes listening to him jabber. What's up, James?
Are you seriously going to give me that 10-minute speech after you made me wait 40 minutes for you to show up with your little camera? Is that how we're doing this? Is that how we're starting off this interview?
My bad. Yeah, you do have a point there, but, you know, I'm the guy with the camera, so just be careful what you say because, you know, editing, I can make you look like an orc or a goblin or some crap. Anyways, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good.
How often do you have to adjust an encounter or the main storyline? Just adapt as play goes, or do you guys have, things in the back of your pocket, ideas in the back of your pocket that you could just use randomly, or, you know, do you guys kind of go with the flow?
Well, for a lot of it, we have to go with the flow, especially after the encounters are done. What they want to do once they're released from that encounter of the arena is pretty much up to them, and I have to invent things like Adler's abacuses. Well, you know, I do enjoy a good song. It helps cut down on exposition, which I find incredibly boring.
I walk a desert of shattered and broken dreams. And looking back, I see the face of the most devilish of fiends. At the stables where I worked, he sat there by the cells. Charming, laughing, smiling. Hello, my name is Wells. Oh! He doesn't like
So when you get to use music to express the motives of a character, you know, it's rare that opportunity pops up. But as a DM, you can orchestrate it better.
Well, who wrote the song?
I did.
Seriously?
Yeah, I wrote. Who would I get to write the song?
This is James Hollingsworth, Part 3. Thank you for the interview, and we look forward to seeing you DM many more arena shows. Thanks, dude.
All right, thank you.
Fist bump. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Random Reports presented by Max Play Live. We're at E&D Games. Check out the little message thing down there for all the Twitter and all that crap. I don't feel like doing it because I'm lazy, right?
You're not that lazy. I believe you were.
You're ruining. Shh, no. Turn off the camera.
Welcome back to Nerd Talk, everybody. I'm Ortec the Batman. That's Boss Tech.
Boss Tech.
GQ Tech, and back over there in the Batcave is Sausage Link.
So cinema grade resolution back in the day was 4096 by 2160.
Wow, that's huge.
It's massive.
Yeah.
That's why
That's
where
4K,
everything
right?
and that's where everything got knocked down to 2K. It was archived in 2K,
Right.
and then after it was archived in 2K, they got rid of the other stuff. But you know,
I'm sure it's some lot somewhere. They have to have something.
no, once it's scanned, it's scanned. Because back, you know, you can only scan. That's the problem. You know, the biggest scanners. I just saw it a while ago. I got the
I hate to
information.
be that
but
guy that like, hey, did you log this? Oh yeah, I did, and then find out you didn't, and then you've already destroyed old footage.
Oof.
Oh man, that guy was probably.
Well,
hurting.
you know, again, they just didn't have they didn't have the way to get the best archiving they could do was barely 2K.
Right. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably that guy's probably buried out in the Nevada desert somewhere.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll close that out. So,
Moving on.
speaking of 4K and things that are not, we're gonna do a review on this this right here. The ASX. Now, the one, because everybody, you know, people say, hey, what do you think about this camera? What do you think about this camera?
Yep.
Would you use this kind of camera?
Oh, you're saying you get asked about this stuff all the time.
all the time.
So
you
do
know,
I.
so I said, okay, you know what? We'll do a trial. So we got two of the ASX 1080p's. We didn't go the 4K. 1080p.
Very similar to GoPro.
Dude, let me tell you something. If you couldn't get closer to a GoPro.
Yeah.
I mean, even the log on insignia, it looks like GoPro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really does. It's,
So they basically just lifted GoPro's.
yeah, in a
entire
way,
structure.
I think so. You know, now granted, I think the technology wasn't made by GoPro.
Right, right.
But I think the technology was repurposed the right way through GoPro,
Similar to what Sony does with like Samsung and
Vizio.
Vizio. I mean,
Yeah, it's all Sony guts.
Yeah.
Right. So we bought two because you can never buy just one of these because in my opinion you always
Really?
you get two. Yeah, because what happens is, you know, I may have ordered one and got it and tried to use it, and if I gave it a good or bad review, the first thing people will say to you is, well,
Maybe
you know,
it was just that
you
good.
got
Yeah, right.
lucky, or you know, or yeah, you know, it may have been a bad one, or blah blah blah. So what I did is I got two of them. They were only $79, and you get, I mean, don't get me wrong, you get a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you get a mounting
$80,
clip,
yeah.
you get an extra back, you get a belt clip, or this right here can mount on a 1/4 20 tripod stand. Then you get a rail mount, you get a helmet mount, you get the cable, you get a card, you get a head strap,
It looks like an extra case.
a backing. Yes,
Backing.
absolutely. Now, if James
this?
can, it's a head strap.
Oh, is this the head strap? This is where those crazy dudes are climbing up giant poles and stuff.
Yeah, the guys are not right. So, and even on the back, it's got a built-in. James, can you get to me?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
It's got a no way.
He's messing around in there.
It's got a built-in screen.
Built-in screen in
Yeah.
the back.
That's something GoPro doesn't really have, right?
No, and it also will convert over to your iPhone or tablet. My 15-year-old has one of these.
It's a Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi capable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go down a
I
little
mean,
bit, right there.
that would sell me on it right away, right
right
there.
there.
I mean, what are GoPros?
Just
go
show
for,
me
like
the image. I'll
$350?
move
Yeah,
it
they're-
around. So now you see. I mean, for the picture on there is pretty good,
Yeah, it's not bad.
but when you get into putting it into After Effects, or you
Right.
putting it into Final Cut, or you putting it into Premiere, it's grainy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's lacking the depth. So even though it's 1080p, it's 30 frames.
I mean, is that like, and I mean, a lot like GoPro, man. They really don't look good unless you're out in daylight.
No, exactly.
I have
I
a
mean,
little
is that
19
is
second
that is that
clip.
Here,
looking grainy in
look.
daylight?
I'm on the front of a boat.
All right, let's check it out.
Or I'm not sure which one he's going to give me, but put up one of the footage. I know one of them. I did a boat. There's the boat shot.
That's not bad.
It's grainy. I
Look at
mean,
the very back, though.
I could, you know, the
But it's
details.
it's also at dusk, right?
Yeah.
So that might be why it was grainy. I'm sure in like middle of the day it would look pretty clear, right?
Show the sun. Show the sunset. I can't talk
The
today.
sunset.
Yeah, it's crooked. I just put it on there.
Oh yeah.
See, you can see it's there's a lot in the blacks, a
Yep.
lot of details gone.
Yeah, wherever it's dark or black, it just goes to grain. It looks like you were to kick on your gain, like
But you
it has
can't,
auto
though.
gain or something.
Yeah, all these cameras are auto.
Yeah, that's
Go
what I
to
mean.
the studio. We actually have some where we were playing around with
Footage
the studio. Yeah, and I've got two. One and see how the blacks have got noise in it.
Oh,
There's a lot of
yeah.
ugly noise right there.
Yeah.
That alone almost broke it.
And not only that,
That's
it's
a good
blown
shot.
out.
Hey,
there.
he has a jacket on like it's cold or something. It's just Florida, for God's sakes.
Yeah, where's your
Keep it cold in
fedora
the
and whip?
studio.
That's all he needs is a fedora, whip, and running from a giant ball.
Yeah. So now,
I don't
look,
know if I'm that cool.
if you're not
I
if you're
agree.
not having to worry about going to television and you're just
Yeah.
using this
For fun.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
$79, man, you cannot beat it because you get a lot. You get a lot for $79.
Especially
You
the
really-
little, I mean, because GoPro, man, you really don't,
Well, we have GoPros.
check
And let me
your
tell you
shot.
something. Our GoPros are the bomb.
yeah,
You know?
but I mean, what I like about this that GoPro doesn't have is the immediate, you can check your shot.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Well,
set
you
it
can
up.
with GoPro. You used to use your phone.
Right, but I mean,
GoPros,
you know,
you can see it on your phone.
And
Yeah.
now the one that you can go 1280.
everyone just like started like throwing.
we
money
hammered
at
you
it.
on-
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can go to you can knock it down 1280 720. It does time last. It does burst. It does shots.
So, does that gain problem exist in the 720?
Yes,
So
actually, it's
it-
worse.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You think that it would actually help it out.
Yeah, no, but it
Well,
doesn't.
That's a bummer.
But you know, again, but if it's something, you know, you can't afford a GoPro,
Right.
this right here, and if you're just looking to capture your own moments, you know, we can, you know, us as editors can go in there and fix that grain
Yeah.
to a point.
Yep.
We can't make it perfect, but we can kind of just saturate the black a little bit, and we'll be okay. But for $79, it's not a bad deal. I would buy if my kid came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I want a GoPro."
Buy one of these
I
first.
said I'd buy one of these first. Let him get to use it first.
Oh,
Let
yeah,
him know
for
how to
sure.
use it.
Yeah.
And then once they show me, then it's time to invest in a GoPro.
Now, is the part? I mean, say because we have a ton of GoPro equipment already. So what
They're
if-
all interchangeable.
So I mean, that's what I mean. They're compatible.
Yes.
So if you already have existing GoPro stuff, I mean, like you want to use the cup and put it
Yep.
on your hood, this will work with that.
Absolutely.
So that's rad.
Yep.
Now, and the pricing is like what the Hero 5 was like $350 or something.
Hero
right?
4.
4.
Yeah.
We're not on the 5 yet.
No.
All right. The Hero 4 was like $350, right?
$499 if you get the big bad boy,
Right. So this.
and that's
is
with no accessories. That's just the GoPro.
yeah, just the camera. And so this, you're getting way more for your
yeah.
money for sure.
You're getting a head mount. You're getting shoulders. You get, you know, all the accessory clips to put on your helmets, to put on the boards. It really is a good deal. Plus, you even get with this one, I got a 16 gig memory card.
Oh, it came with it?
Yeah.
The GoPro doesn't do that for you.
Yep. Comes with the micro SD card with the SD card adapter to plug in.
Yeah.
It really it's a good little deal. Again, but as long as you're not as long as you're not using it for television, in a professional, I mean, like, you know, something that you have to have really good.
Right. Real
But
crisp,
for
clean,
just for
sharp.
fun, oh dude.
Like I said, my 15-year-old has one, and he sends me videos of him jumping out of second-story windows into the
Yeah,
back
I've
of a
seen
truck.
that video actually.
You know, they took it kayaking. He snorkeled with it. You know,
That was
dove a
funny
little
too,
bit.
'cause the kid jumped out of the window, and I was like, "Oh man, your kid's awesome. You raised some good kids." And he looked at me like I had 3 heads, and he was like, "Dude, I don't want to have to pay for that hospital bill."
Yeah, that's a
I wanna
hospital.
encourage
bill.
And what's really bad is his friend's like, "Alex, go get the ball. Go get the ball." He throws the ball out the window, and here he goes.
Like his dog. It's funny, man.
And then he picks up the ball. Got the ball. Got the ball.
What about underwater use?
Yep.
It works good. No,
watertight?
it's a little soft.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Well,
Again, because there's no depth in
yeah.
the colors.
right,
You know, I'd like to find out what the true chipset is.
right.
Is what it comes down to, how the processing power is on it, because you know, and it does have a battery. You can pull the battery out, and you can get more batteries for it.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
It-
I haven't priced that out yet. I just want to get through using it.
Yeah, and figuring it out. So I mean, operation is pretty much like you said,
Simple.
the same.
Yeah, it's all push button, toggle up and down.
Yeah, I actually have one, but my case was blue, and I got a little bit of usage out of it, but I noticed the same things. It was an older version of this one, and it was the same stuff you're talking about, like midday. That's why I said the midday, you know, shooting at 12 o'clock on a nice sunny day, it still looked grainy on mine. So I was hoping that to hear that it had improved by now.
Yeah, the
you know,
depth
'cause
of
I got
color
mine years
is
ago.
just not there.
Yeah, that's
It could be, but you know.
My case also leaked.
Oh, did it really?
That's why I don't use it, because I threw it underwater and leaked, ruined my camera.
Yeah, this is supposedly rated for up to 30 meters underwater. So.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure somewhere in those liner notes on my instruction booklet it said the same thing.
Do not use in salt water. Do not use in clear water.
Yeah,
But
wet's
it's
not
waterproof if you're
recommended.
getting rained on. Yeah, if you're going from your car to your studio and
Well,
it's raining,
I think
you're
I got a
okay.
picture. I think I got an image of the what you actually get in the kit that I bought. Yeah, that's it. That's it right
Oh,
there.
nice.
So
That is cool.
that is the complete kit.
And it comes with a really cool case too, by the way, to store everything.
Yeah,
in.
it does, and
Yeah,
everything fits in there.
That's a nice slick
Yep.
case. Not unlike GoPro. So I mean, for something that you want as a starter, like you said, I think it's perfect.
It's perfect for someone just learning and getting into it. Let me tell you something. I ruined a GoPro not knowing how to use it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, I burned it up because I had it out in the
Left it on too
sun, and
long.
okay, and then you know you can't leave them out in the sun. It'll bake them.
Yeah.
And it'll burn the battery
You
up.
can't leave them hardwired to power either. Too
Nope,
long.
it'll burn them out. So I mean, we got a GoPro 3 Black that is just shot because of it.
Yep. We used for concerts, and they're horrible in 56K, the color temp. where you would use like our EX 1s and 3s, we would put it in 56K, look crisp clear, and the auto on these things, or specifically GoPro, just look horrible, man. I spent hours color correcting.
It's not the greatest thing in the world.
No,
so.
but if you're out mountain biking, that's probably
Extreme sports.
Yep.
Jumping out windows or
Skate.
trees.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Longboarding down the road, you can mount this to the front of your longboard and probably get some neat little Vine
Yeah, you know,
video type stuff.
for that it's perfect.
Yeah.
For that, I'd have to say it's perfect. I mean, it's just, but learn to, you know, this is what I say: buy one of these, learn how to use a GoPro that actually the right way, you know, unit, and then go buy yourself a pro GoPro.
Yeah, so-
GoPro.
Save yourself a ton of time and aggravation.
Too many head hits.
and-
I tell you, dude, I can't talk anymore. It's horrible.
Yeah, you are like a walking calamity.
Man,
That
it's really,
happens.
really,
So
really
anyway,
bad.
everybody, the ASX camera, we recommend it for beginners.
I do.
absolutely.
I do.
Or for people who just want to have fun that aren't worried about you know, too much quality or anything
Right.
like that, or if you want to make quick videos to send your people in other states and stuff, it's a great idea. Like John said, it's $79, and where can you get it?
I found it on Blink.
Yep. BLINQ.com.
Probably anywhere, right?
.com.
Amazon.
Yeah, just all you do is just
ASX.
yeah,
ASX.
Google ASX, and I think I'd go the 4K. It's another $20.
Wow, well, that's worth it. That's still what, 1/4 of the price of a GoPro.
Yep.
So anyway, we recommend this. You heard it here on Nerd Talk. We're gonna go to break and then we'll be right back.
What's up, guys? I'm out here at E&D Games. You're watching Max Play Live presents Random Reports, and I'm here with Dave Growney, who is the mastermind behind a lot of what we do in the show, The Arena. He handles the model making, the miniatures, and also helps with James Hollingsworth in the writing of the story content of the show. And also he runs this cool store where you can buy neat stuff like Magic the Gathering, War Machine, and Hordes, and also the game that our show is pretty much based on, which is Dungeons and Dragons.
Some of these weren't done by me. Some of these were done by people and customers in our store for other games. This is one by Mike Coates, who we may know from Max Play Live. He's one of
I like to call him Mossman.
I got other names for him, but we're not going to say that on air. Anyway, kidding.
Mossman. He's Mossman. So I noticed that you have this. It looks like an Atlantean altar. I'm guessing.
Yes.
Is that something we're going to be seeing later on in the arena?
It could be. That's one of the plans. That's possibly one of the things.
So you're
coming
saying
up.
there's surprises?
Oh yeah, we got tons of ideas coming up. Me and James Hollingsworth do a lot of the writing for what goes on in the storyline. James is obviously more in control of it because he's the one actually running it when the game's going on.
Yeah, James is the DM for the show.
Right. I usually sit in the background and just kind of give him some ideas to run with the other way, and then get all the documentation in order to go with what we need to construct outside of the arena, and get all the minis together, like you said, and then Kayla will help, build it, craft it, make something. If we have to custom make a mini like we did here, paint like she did. She's working on these, which are other things you might see in the arena. Kayla puts almost more time, I'm going to say, than just about anybody else, myself included, fully into this project.
And I also noticed just being here at E&D Games, walking through the back, I see that there's a specific area set up for modeling. I know it's not just for the show, it's also for your business, but it's set up for modeling and painting and molding and anything any customers would need, as well as helping us out on the show. But I'm Ortec the Batman. This is Dave Growney, and I'm not a fan. I am Batman.
Logan's the real Batman.
No, I'm,
Just ask him.
He's Earth 2 Batman.
And maybe.
Yeah. Or I'll be Thomas Wayne, whatever. Later.
See ya.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh,
Welcome
man.
back to Nerd Talk. I'm Ortec the Batman. That's Boss Tech. That's GQ Tech. And over there in the booth is Utter Tech, the sausage link. He's our technical director. And he likes to interrupt us and say stupid things. And throw us off
5
track.
minutes.
What?
Yeah, 5
5
minutes.
minutes.
Hey,
5
Josh,
minutes.
Josh, you're doing a great job.
Thank you, James.
Aw,
James,
isn't
you're
that
doing a great
special?
job, too.
Hey, he looks like a Smurf today. You notice that?
Yeah, he does.
does.
Go back to you.
It's either that or he looks like Papa Smurf
My
played
light
target
just died.
practice.
His light died.
Oh, your light died?
Did we bring you another light?
What a bummer.
I'm getting it.
All right.
He's getting the light. All right. So in this segment, we're going to be talking about
The
a
lawsuit between
Microsoft and Apple.
Apple and Samsung.
Samsung.
Right.
I'm
specifically?
interested in this.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a Microsoft thing.
No,
Doesn't
no,
Microsoft
it was
have a lot
Samsung and Apple. So, Apple's been accusing Samsung for years of stealing their ideas and taking their patents, and even down to some of the shapes of the phones at one point. So, of course, Apple laid this huge lawsuit against Samsung to get a cease and desist, and they were looking for almost $2.5 billion
Jeez.
to get them to stop.
Pretty soon you're going to be able to get the iPhone through Metro PCS.
Pretty soon, it seems like.
Actually, that's pretty awesome.
I was gonna say, I think a lot
I
of
would
people
do
that'd be
that.
happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Section 8 people afford freaking Metro PCS, man.
Our tax dollars will pay for it. So in May of 2014,
To any of our Section 8 fans, we're sorry.
they just turned this off to Twitch.
Yeah.
Samsung
I
was
Section
ordered.
8 once.
Samsung was ordered to pay $119.6 million, which they did. That was through a San Jose, California court order. But as of December 14th, Apple is still required to pay or be paid $548.2 million. And that's just the
Jeez,
start
man.
of the lawsuits that
Wow.
are
We
We
coming
should all
out.
get rebates.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, we should.
Who's better now, James?
Not gonna be able to afford those Samsung phones anymore. But among some of the
Dun, dun,
phones,
dun.
but here's the biggest defeat that Apple is looking for is the fact that Samsung has to stop selling in the U.S. specific phones, and those are the Samsung Amire, the Galaxy Nexus, the Galaxy Note,
LG's better.
the Galaxy Note 2, the Galaxy S2, the S2 Epic.
That's like every phone I've ever owned.
S2. Are those all offered by Metro PCS?
Yeah, from Section 8.
The Galaxy S3
I bought them
and
with my food stamps.
the
Stop.
What? I traded them to some dude on the street. He gave me cash.
We're gonna
It's all
get
good.
phone calls.
oh my gosh.
I hope the government's not watching this. Anarchy!
So those are just some of the phones, but the most notable ones are the ones that were built after 2012, and that was the Stratosphere and the Note 2.
Jeez.
So
Does that carry over to their?
That was my previous phone, the Note 2.
I had the Note 4 last when I switched from Android to Apple, and it's
Good switch, right?
I'm enjoying it.
Does that carry over to their tablets? it the
Actually,
same?
the Galaxy.
I know that. Yeah.
There is one tab that I found earlier, and I was trying to find that page when we were coming back, and I can't find it now.
No, I mean,
But-
well, I owned one. It was a Samsung tablet, and we bought it because it was cheaper than the iPad.
Right.
And we were also buying it from my daughter, and we really didn't want to buy her something as expensive as an iPad.
Oh, I agree.
And she was like 4 at the time, so that thing, and it got broken. She broke
Yes.
the screen. We had to replace it. So I figured this lawsuit would carry over to everything.
Yep, it was
Yeah.
the Galaxy Tab tablets.
If he shoots me with a dart,
No, he's getting pizza.
oh, he's getting pizza.
Oh, he finally turned the ear and ears off while he's eating. That's nice.
Yeah, we
He's
don't
left it
have-
open for everything else, and we're all
I
deaf.
thought I was listening to an episode of Cow and Chicken the other day.
Oh my God.
But yes, there are a series, and they didn't release which ones they were, but of the Galaxy Tab tablets.
Jeez.
So,
So is this because of like a disgruntled employee that had been like, oh, I was over here developing this, and then he jumped ship and went to Samsung? for more
no, I
money
think
or
what it
something?
is the idea that there's always that competition between Apple and Android.
It's a thin line. Yeah.
It's a very thin line, but Apple's always been so proprietary in everything they do, which again, when I was in the cell phone industry, there are 1.2 million apps available to Android users.
Oh, I just realized something. You're that grimy cell phone guy in the middle of the mall.
Hey,
was
hey,
not-
what network are you on?
No, that was
AT&T.
not me.
Oh,
The new-
you really you're hating that, aren't you?
I'm
You're
here to pick up the new Megadeth CD, and you're trying to hawk cell phones.
No, I
to
was
me.
never selling cell phones in the mall.
Thank
Might
you.
be grimy,
Own a
not
Metro
that.
store. He's got a collection of food stamps like this tall. All right, I'm sorry.
And I'm too GQ to go use them.
That's funny.
So, but 1.2 million apps available on the market. 50% of those are free to Android users.
Right.
Apple has something like 700,000 apps, but only 30% of them are free to use because Apple does put much more emphasis on what they allow on their network.
Yeah.
So if you're a developer and you come up with this app, you're more likely to get it on Android than you are on Apple, because they're very
That
proprietary in what
opens
they
up
do.
another thought, which is they're seeing the success of Samsung, and they're like,
Well, and
no way.
Yeah.
because I mean,
Yes
even
and
my
no,
brother,
but-
he doesn't do much, but he's come up with a game that you can use on your Samsung phone. Like he's developed it and everything. So it's not hard to get, and this is his first time out.
Right.
That he developed a game and he's got an app for it on the Samsung. So I
If
mean,
it's
that
available
would scare
on,
me, dude.
but the thing
you
is,
know?
if it's available on Samsung, more than likely it's available on LG. It's available
Right,
on
yeah.
all the other ones that are out there. And that's the one thing with Apple is they have a change and again the cellular industry requires cell phone companies to have a change in their equipment every 6 months. That's why every 6 months there's a new upgrade that comes out.
Oh, so a lot of people think that's because they want to make more money.
No, it's actually monitored by the government because they know that technology is changing on a daily basis. So for everybody to keep up with the latest technologies, they want you to change the product out. So there's a huge turnover in this product.
So
but
it's not that they're just hammering. Because
No.
that's my biggest complaint about Samsung is the constant updates to apps.
Yep.
Like
And then-
every day.
and again,
seems like
those-
Google updates all the time.
Right, and those updates, those app updates aren't because of Samsung. It's because, again, so your brother,
Right.
you said, brother-in-law,
Yeah,
develops a game.
Yep.
Well, I'm playing it because I have an LG phone, and I'm having all these glitches. So now I write to the game manufacturer, hey, I'm having a glitch with this app.
Yep.
So what do? They send out an update, but that update goes to every Android user. It's not just Samsung, it's not just LG. It's because it's a universal app
Yeah,
being
it's-
used amongst all of them.
So this
there's-
is really Apple
didn't know
versus
that.
Android, right? No, I mean,
Not,
yeah.
not really. It's more the designs of the phones,
Right.
and the type of technology or the look and that's going to be the big difference that you're going to see. So you have a Samsung phone, and James
Yeah.
has a LG.
Actually, my phone is almost exactly. I have one of the Galaxies.
Right.
I don't even know where it is, but it's the same design as the Admiral. It looks
Yeah,
exactly the same.
Exactly. But when you go into your home screens, that's where your technology is different amongst your Android phones, is that they set up their phones to look the way they do.
Right.
LG has one specific look for its home screens, its home buttons, where you're going to find your apps. Samsung's in another place. HTC has a completely different setup on theirs because that's how they differentiate themselves amongst the different phones. Apple and Samsung, when you look at the way they set up the screens and they set up their folders, they're almost identical.
Yeah.
All the way down to the bar at the bottom of the screen
Where the camera is, too.
right, where your camera is, or where you set up the stuff at the bottom. Samsung does something very similar in their phones because I've always had Samsung phones.
Yeah, I like Samsung. I'll be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I like Apple, but I like Samsung too because it's so close.
Yeah,
to
I,
Apple.
I originally started with the Motorola, and then I went to Samsung after that, and I was a diehard Samsung user. And then when I moved over to my new carrier, I just decided to go all Apple because, again,
Yeah. I'm
the
getting-
music
I'm getting
software.
there.
Go
I'm
get
Best
an
thing
LG.
you ever did.
The
Yeah,
LGs
it
are
is.
the best.
And you know
And I
what?
know
And,
that, but I
and
just
we
don't
do have a
like-
viewer
you're not
right
on.
now. We do.
LGs are the best.
No.
No.
iPhone.
Yeah.
No,
iPhone.
LGs
Not by
are
far.
quirky. But we do have.
It took them 8 phones or 12 phones to finally get a decent one.
No, that was just you trying to find one that actually worked.
No, not LG. iPhone.
No,
They're on-
that
they're
LG.
on-
How can they?
Yeah, how many brand new LGs did you get before you finally got
5.
one that worked?
5.
Okay.
Me personally,
Me, I got one and it worked.
but what I'm saying is it took them, what phone is that? The iPhone 6 Plus?
Yeah.
It took them
James.
how many generations of phones
Two.
to get a
Two.
decent one?
The best phone ever that came out for iPhone is the 5 3. The 1 and 2 were, you're right, they're crap. But 3 came out and it just rocked the world. And it's did nothing but get better ever since.
And if you look at the changes that iPhone makes, they don't
I
go.
will say it did get better.
No,
Yeah.
well, actually, it's kind of funny that
be crazy to not
they
get better.
paved the way for everything else
Yeah,
in the
they
market.
did.
I will say they did do that.
Yeah.
And you know,
James,
But it doesn't
look
mean
at
to have a
this,
good
dude.
phone.
Yes, it does.
You owned 4 phones since I've met you.
2.
Less than a year ago. 4.
2.
It was like
I've
4.
had the Note 2 and the LG G4.
You broke one. You could only use half the screen, and it
I
happened
didn't
out of
break it.
nowhere.
That was LG's crappy phone.
Well, there you go. Crack the phone.
I never said LG didn't
From
have
the
a crappy
horse's
phone.
mouth himself.
so,
I
but
didn't say LG was not crappy. I
A
just said
horse
they're
is
better
a
than
horse, a
iPhone.
horse, of course.
but what I really what
you
I'm
know,
really
we actually
like
put peanut butter in his mouth, and that's how he talks.
what I'm really
Hey,
liking about
Josh, 30 seconds.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, don't
So-
we have breaking news?
30
Yeah,
seconds.
breaking news.
Anyway,
So anyway, what I
have
really like
breaking news
about
in 30
Apple's
seconds.
upgrades though is they're not drastic.
Right.
You know, when they went from the 6 to the 6 Plus, what they focused on was the clarity of the screen, the 3D, some internal stuff, but the phone is physically the same. The one thing I can say about Samsung and all the other companies, when you went from the Samsung S4 to S5, you had to get all new cases, all new accessories, because they went to a new cord. So, you know, Apple's doing things in a unique way. The one
and
negative
Apple's
thing,
got an update coming.
they do. I just saw that pop up on my
9.3.
Yep. But the one thing I will say that Android has over Apple is the fact that they have that contract with Gorilla Glass. So their glass and their screens tend to be a little bit stronger. So Apple still uses their technology for glass, which is extremely high shatter.
Right.
When you shatter an Apple screen, you will shatter an Apple screen.
And it doesn't take much. Yeah.
Right. With the Samsungs and the LGs, when you drop something on it, it tends not to shatter as bad. It's more of a crack
I've
because of
noticed
the
that
Gorilla
'cause I've
Glass.
dropped my phone quite a bit, and it's fine. I don't have any issues.
Well, I have a special film on mine, on both of them, and I don't have
Yeah.
that issue. So let me tell you something. My
Special
30,
film, huh?
oh, it's horrible.
It's from those sites he goes to.
From
Yeah,
watching,
special.
This is from watching HBO in the 80s.
Or Skinemax after 10.
I see a boob. Everybody got quiet after that. What happened here? No.
Well, I guess we're
We've got a
going to
break.
We got breaking
We're going to
news.
break, so we'll be back with some breaking news.
Welcome to Max Play Live presents Random Reports. I'm Ortec the Batman, and I'm not a fan. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Anyway, I'm here to interview Kayla Thomas, the host of the show The Arena, but there's more to Kayla than you may realize. Check it out. So we're down here at E&D Games, where Kayla, who's also the host of Max Play Live, presents The Arena.
Oh man, this is so cool. I hope everyone else thinks it's as cool as I do, and they do, and it's pretty cool.
Do you ever get jealous that you don't get to play as a PC on some of the stuff that you guys build?
Not as much as you would think, I guess. I like seeing other people play with it. I
You're
guess.
pretty passionate about all of this stuff. But speaking of the show, what's your favorite moment on the show? I mean, a lot of cool stuff has happened, but what's your favorite moment that stands out to you on the show so far?
Definitely our first player death. Rest in peace, Morthos, but I'm glad somebody died. Definitely glad that somebody died.
So that is that the big kick out of the show that you get is when people are close to death or dying? Because we've had a couple. I believe Logan's character almost Daniel White. Yep, he almost was. You know, he almost took a dirt nap. That guy, but he's luckily gotten out of it. So, I mean, do you guys design the game board just to kill players, or is there a bigger motivation to it?
We build things to better tell the story, because the kind of game that we're playing, it's all imagination based. Right. So you can sit there in front of a blank board and be like, okay, well, you've got this ogre breaking out of a cage, or just picture it in your head, or you can actually have a broken cage with an ogre miniature next to it. I think the main reason I like to do a good job and I like to do this is because it helps with the imagination process for maybe those who aren't so visual in their mind, to have like an actual board set out in front of them and be like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty cool.
In the game, how long have you been playing Dungeons and Dragons, and what got you into it?
Okay, funny story there. I guess I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, but I never really had friends per se who wanted to do it. So I never really had the time, but when I moved to Newport Richey and I discovered E&D, and they're like, oh, hey, we played D&D, and I'm like, what? Yes, I don't even have to have friends. I can just play with you guys. Yeah. And then they became friends. So I've been playing for about 10 months, I would say.
So you found the Nerd Hub is what happened.
I found Nerdvana.
Okay, Okay, random.
Reports.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Max Play Live presents Random Reports. I'm Ortec the Batman.
Fan.
This is Kayla Thomas. I'll try it again. I'm Ortec the Batman.
Fan.
All right, whatever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
2, 1.
Welcome back to Nerd Talk. I'm Ortech the Batman. This is Boss Tech. That's GQ Tech. That's James over there. And we have breaking news. Out of nowhere that came.
That's awesome.
That was pretty rad.
So did you experience the crash?
Google crash?
Yeah.
Yes.
Google crashed today. It was awesome. It hit all the apps. Actually, show the image of what actually got affected.
1 second.
Okay, 1 second.
Wow,
Anyway,
he's not on the ball back here today.
When I was starting
He's eating pizza is what it is.
he's snorting pizza. That's what he's doing. He's eating pizza all wrong.
No, the site crashed.
Oh, the site crashed.
Oh, that sucks. Well, never mind. Don't worry about it. Hey, Google crashed.
Yeah,
Google crashed
crashed.
again.
How about that?
Breaking news.
Geico crashed today too, though. That's pretty bizarre.
Huh?
Geico crashed today too.
Really?
Yes.
The lizard was drunk.
There's a lot of drinking going on today.
This morning I opened up the laptop, and I jumped on, and Google crashed and shut down the whole laptop right after that. That's
Okay.
the
There it
weirdest
is.
thing ever.
Yeah, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google
Yep.
Sheets, Google Slides, Google Drawings, and Gmail.
Right after that, the computer crashed for some reason.
We broke Google,
Yeah.
not
He
we.
broke it.
It's Dropbox's fault. Nobody cleans out their stuff.
Man, I'd love to say that I broke it. Not that I mean, I don't wish any ill will
No.
towards them.
Google
but
was awesome. Yeah.
holy crap! Does that that means you have to go pull up all the Xbox stuff and the PS4 stuff and?
Did they
No,
explain
just that one page. It was the Google that crashed.
Oh, you see?
the search engine then?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
well, did they
not the whole
explain
thing.
why?
Okay.
Just one.
Well, that's good. So at least we know that it's not craziness. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, if you weren't able to use your Gmail, your Google Docs this morning, that's why.
Nice.
That's
Yeah, because I went on to check my Geico account because I had to send something to the state because my old insurance company never reported that I had new insurance, and same problem. I was sitting there trying to log into
and your
Geico,
whatever you were on just shut down.
and everything I had was on just shut down.
It's so weird. And I was like, that's weird. That's never happened before. Because
was-
I was actually.
You
doing
just figured it
that.
was my crappy Mac laptop.
No, I love that Mac.
I thought it was
laptop, thank
archaic.
you.
I actually had to get on the phone with a representative
I
from
love it even
Geico and
more.
speak to them.
That's horrible.
It was.
I love that laptop even more now that I figured out League of Legends is installed on it.
Oh God, it
I was
is,
like,
isn't
break
it?
time just got easier, buddy.
Oh, great. What are you doing over, here, Josh?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. There's special film on here though.
Special film on there.
Multipass.
Mother boss.
Your new
that's-
excuse.
Why would it crash your whole computer though? I mean, I had Gmail open, and wouldn't
Because
it
it's
just
such a
crash the
powerful,
browser?
it's such a powerful entity that it just took the whole. I don't know. It shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it shouldn't have crashed the whole computer, but
It just restarted. Is all it did. Like I said, it gave me an error sign and then restarted. So it might be a coincidence. It could have been all that HBO as well.
Well, it could have been. You never know. A special film.
Special film.
I think we have a segment now. We're going to talk about what's hot or not, what or not. But I'm not sure if we are or not because I'm not sure if he's got it back there yet and ready to go.
Like, what do you mean? What's hot? Like
Now look,
cars?
Look, Nerd
Hot
Talk.
chicks?
Nerd Talk.
Oh, that's rad.
But that's
Look, it
not the right
spins.
one though. That's okay.
It was spinning.
Yeah, I know, but there's another graphic for this.
Oh,
It's-
is there?
Yeah.
We were so unprepared. All right, so what's hot or not?
I don't know because he was supposed to show us.
Oh, he was supposed to show us what's hot or not.
It's his job to show us, and we're supposed to go hot
Or not.
or not.
Oh, I got you.
But anyway, so guess what?
we're just gonna ad-lib
Guess
the
what
rest
I
of
got
it.
in my greedy little hands right here. Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
here we
Look.
go.
So,
Oh, there it
Nerd
goes.
Talk.
Oh, that's-
What's hot?
That's even better.
What's not? So
All right.
then he's going to show us a series of stuff that he says, and we're supposed
Hot.
to say hot or not.
Oh, I got you. So
Hot.
that is definitely hot.
Hot.
Me,
Not.
no. No. Yes.
Hot.
Yes. That's the chick from Serenity too,
Yeah.
right? Forget her name.
Not.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Not. It's like a bear.
Yeah.
Hot.
Hot. Yeah. I
Hot.
would say that's hot.
That's
Linda
hot.
Carter.
So there's 3 hots, 1 not.
Yep.
And
Stop
okay.
showing
Not
us.
fair.
Not.
No.
Not. Oh,
Horrible.
and not.
Yes.
Hot.
Very
Hot.
hot.
He was supposed to
Supergirl.
ski. He was, see, what laziness. I told him, go
He
get
was
stuff
supposed
that
to get
we've
new
not
chicks.
seen.
Yes.
He did. He
We've seen all
got
these before.
No, he got the Fifth Element
Yeah.
and Serenity Girl. That's
Yep.
okay. But anyway, so here I went to the mall. My wife was getting her nails done on Sunday, so I stopped by GameStop and I said, "Hey, my guys tell me there's nothing new coming out for Xbox or PS4." He goes, "Really? Let me get something for you." So he printed this out for me.
Yes, we have a printout. And
So
it's
PlayStation 4 today, Lego Marvel's Avenger SD came out, which actually I have a picture for, but I bet he doesn't get that up.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have it. Show Lilu instead, James.
Multipass.
Multipass. Now, please. There we go. That's much better than Lego. Just saying.
Yep.
All right, so what's the next game?
So, February's a big month.
Yeah, it is.
You got Nitro Plus Blasters, Heroines, whatever that is.
Heroines.
Digimon Story,
Female heroes.
Mega Dimension, Dying Light, Naruto Ship, Arslan, The Warriors of Legend, Alkine's Gun, Assassin's Creed's coming.
That's cool.
Mighty Number 9, Naruto, Street Fighter 5.
That's going to be a huge game, by the way.
Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies,
Another big game.
Mega Man,
Ditto.
Far Cry.
Hopefully it's as good as the other Far Cry games.
Yeah, the
Far
Primal.
Cry is
Yeah,
awesome.
Agatha Christie's ABC
that's
Murders.
funny.
What is up with that?
I don't know, but I love it.
That's going to be kind of
right
interesting.
on board with that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Then you get Primal. Then in the 23rd you get it's the same one, but it's Far Cry Primal Deluxe.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
We're moving into
March.
Oh, we're in March. But I mean, dude, there's like a ton. And then on Xbox, it's kind of all the same ones, except for
there's some big games coming, man.
Dude,
I
there's
mean,
some big releases in
Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, I can't
Dark
wait. We're gonna have to. Hopefully, we'll get all these and we'll get to play them.
For sure. Overwatch
Yep.
Origins is coming. Hitman, which is another game.
Doom.
Final Fantasy. Wow, that's
In May, Doom's coming.
yes, Doom. I don't know much about the new Doom, to be honest with you, but I'm excited for it. I'm a huge fan of Doom.
I played the original Doom.
Guilty Gear.
Oh man.
If you guys are old school gamers, Guilty Gear is another
Yep.
really popular game.
Played Dune back on my old Tandy 1000.
Yeah.
The-
I almost got fired from a job as I was able to put a version of Doom on there and play it. And,
really?
and the IT guys, how'd you get it on there? I'm like, I'm smarter than you.
That was the first video game that I used the computer to play, besides Oregon Trail. That was the first.
And in Doom you could actually do the cheat code, so it makes you a superhuman and never die, never
God
run out
mode.
of ammo.
Yeah, God mode.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm also seeing on the PlayStation 4 list we have Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
That's a long time coming. I'm surprised they're waiting. I mean, they haven't put out a Ratchet and Clank game in I don't know how long. But that's pretty awesome that they're actually bringing that back. Final Fantasy, which they have Final Fantasy Online. I can't see a game that's just for the console, like a standalone game.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if that's going to be an expansion to the online game. But
Well, I think what it is
there's really no reason because the
there's-
MMO is awesome.
well, I mean, there's a lot of people like to better play on a console as well as PC.
Right.
And there's games that my son plays that are PC only, which I really wish they would make for console.
Well, no, what I mean is like a story-based game where you're not in an MMO environment, but it's like more like the classic Final Fantasy. 'Cause
Right,
The new
okay,
one,
yeah.
the new one is literally like a World of Warcraft version of Final Fantasy.
Right.
So Final Fantasy Online or whatever. But yeah, which is a great game. I played the demo and then subbed for like 2 months and then got back into World of Warcraft. So I jump around a lot. So, but there's a ton of stuff coming.
I actually
It
like
looks
I like the movie Final Fantasy
Advent Children or the one that was based on 7, I think.
7.
There was what Cloud was in it. Yeah, actually, Final Fantasy 7 was probably the greatest video game ever made. That game blew me away, man. I don't think I slept for 3 days when I first got that game, on 4 discs on PlayStation or something.
My brother would play that game. He played that game, and it has 4 discs,
Yeah.
and he did not have a memory card for it.
God.
Yeah, and he
That
beat the
sucks.
First, he
Yeah.
beat the first disc,
Did he
took
really?
it out, put the second disc in, with no memory card,
Yeah.
and it registered that he didn't have a saved game. So it registered that he didn't play it.
That is a bummer. I actually have a PC rip of that game.
Do you really?
Yep. It's the only way I could get a copy, and I bought it at a flea market, and I kind of got lucky. But I was looking for old video games and went into the store, and the dude had one. So you can find a lot of neat stuff in flea markets, man, and especially in our area, Oldsmar. They got tons of stuff in Oldsmar. There's, I think, 2 or 3 stores you can go in and find retro games.
Right.
So then also in right here in Newport Richey, our buddy Warren over there at Man Cave. Man Cave down in USA Flea Market off US 19, just before Hudson going.
That's where we got some of our old consoles.
Yeah, actually, all of our old prop consoles are from Man Cave.
Yeah, I'm in the way over here. It's a ton of them right here.
Yeah, they're all over the place. We got the FC Twin, Nintendo 64. There's a Wii over there, some old PS3s, PS2 over there too, and an original Xbox. So those are our video game guys. That's where we go to get our retro stuff. If we can't get it there, then we might venture out. But I personally like them because you go in there and they're knowledgeable about everything they have. And it doesn't matter how obscure of a game it is. Warren and his wife have played it.
They've seen how they've been able to get a hold of it.
Together.
Yep, they do.
I don't like that they moved to the new store, I'll be honest, because the old store had more space, but the new store is much nicer, cleaner, you know?
Yeah.
The old store was kind of like thrown together. But I mean, if you need video game stuff, I mean, they got everything. They had the Mortal Kombat arcade controller. I haven't seen that thing in years. You know, and for me, and it's not like they won a lot of money. Me and James were in there. Remember, James? We found, what did we find? The SNES Legend of Zelda?
Link to the Past.
Link to the Past, right. And what does that game go for online, man?
Like $40.
$45?
40 or so.
And they had it marked at 40, but if you go in and talk to him, more than likely he would have let us, he was willing to let us walk away like $25, man.
Well, funny thing was I played it while I was there.
Yeah.
Someone tried to buy it, and then it didn't work. So I broke it.
You know, it was meant to be yours, that's why.
I broke it for the guy behind me. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But that's another thing, now that you mention it, is if they have running systems, every system is running. So if you go in and you want to buy a game, they'll let you test it out. And a lot of people won't let you do that.
Right.
Yep.
So they're really good dudes over there in Man Cave. What's the guy that owns it, Billy? I forget. I just know Warren, but the other, the guy that actually owns the place is a really nice guy. I can't think of his name. Sorry, dude. But Warren is actually our friend, so that's why we know it. But and it wasn't always like that. They joined up 2 different stores.
Right.
So
that's why the move and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but here's the deal: we have another Ortec interview.
I did an interview?
Yes, you did. And we're going to go out on this. So we won't be coming back. So after this video, we'll just close in. This is yours over there with Dave.
Gamers Guild, over off
54 they moved and it's nice and we got a good interview. Josh does a great job over there. So
really cool place.
We'll see everybody tomorrow. Enjoy this piece.
Dude, get out of my face.
Awesome.
What's up, everybody? I'm Ortec, and this is Random Reports. I'm here with Dave Growney and Joe. What was your last name, Joe? Gauze. Formerly of?
The Green Dragon Tavern.
And you're formerly of?
E&D Games.
And what was the third store? Tao Gaming, I believe, right?
Tao Gaming, yep, in Hudson.
And all 3 of those stores combined to become the Gamers Guild, and that's what we're here to talk about. So without any further ado, I like saying that, by the way. It makes me sound somewhat professional, which is not true at all. No. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on, and why don't you tell us how this alliance, so to speak, came about?
Yeah, me and Joe were just talking one day, and Joe said, I'm serving food. I'm not looking to compete with anybody in the area. And I said, I'm not looking to compete with you, and maybe we can do something together. And so Joe kind of approached me, and then we approached Tao. I think you approached Tao first.
Yeah, I approached basically all the people wanted to come to the place to game, but they wanted me to sell product. And, I've been friends with Dave for a while, and I met the Tao guys, and I like them, and I'm like, well, I don't want to compete.
Right.
I'd rather just team up with them and give everybody what they want. And it just kind of, one thing led to another, and we decided let's do all three, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, this is definitely the recipe for a great gaming environment and a strong community builder. I mean, you've got food, you've got 3 rooms of one. The first room, right, is the store itself.
Retail. Yeah, primarily for retail. We do have some extra table space if need be for food or gaming, obviously.
And the second room is all gaming. There's even a couple of arcade games, which me as an old school gamer, I love arcade games. But it's primarily for tabletop gaming, right?
Correct.
And then the third area, which is also could be used for gaming, but it's actually the restaurant part of the store, right?
Yep. Yeah. People are more than welcome to come in there and game, especially on a pre-release when we have so much overflow. But yeah, you can eat in there, you can game in there. It's all decorated just like everything else. Very, very nerd-ish. So
And that's what we're all about here on Max Play Live, is definitely nerd stuff. Don't forget to watch Nerd Talk every day at 6:30. But aside from that, that was a shameless plug, by the way. Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
That was horrible, right? Sorry, guys.
We expect that out of you.
Yeah, I am the worst guy to do this job, but they keep making me do it. Anyways, what can we look forward to? I mean, right now we're actually here for Oath of the Gatewatch, the pre-release and tournament.
Correct. This is the last two-headed giant that we're doing for the weekend for the pre-release of that game of Oath of the Gatewatch. And then after that, we're looking at all types of stuff coming down the pipe. We're talking 4 nights of Magic a week. We do War Machine and Hordes, which is a tabletop miniature-based game. We do all types of Dungeons and Dragons. Wednesday night, we've booked for that. Plus, we have various tables throughout the week playing that as well. Numerous board games. We had 6 or 7 in here last night just playing a couple groups. Man, I got Warhammer talking to me now. All types of people. Star Wars X-Wing, Dice Masters, The Resistance, which is one you just showed on your show the other day. Yeah.
Ortec plays, you mean,
Absolutely.
right?
So somebody, I forget the guy's name.
Yeah, he thinks he's Batman, but he's really the Flash.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so yeah, we got all types of stuff planned up. The main thing is, we want to run events and make sure everybody's happy with a great community and a great gaming environment.
Well, that's the gaming side.
Not to mention delicious food.
You cut me off.
Of course, yeah.
He's from New York. They do that. Yeah, well, anyway, we were just about to go to Joe and have him tell us what kind of food he actually serves in the restaurant portion of the Gamers Guild.
Basically, we're bringing back some favorites from the Green Dragon. Everybody loved the burgers. We got the second breakfast burger, which is basically breakfast on a burger. We've got the Blue Dragon burger, which we're going to change the name of, but it's bacon and blue cheeseburger. Really, really good. We're adding pizzas, which we got cooking right now, meatball subs, regular hoagies, which have been flying out the door. So many people have been, loving the food. So basically, it's all fresh. It's all good. It's all made on site. And then we have tons and tons of just regular, chips, snacks, all that stuff. So, but yeah, I think people are really going to like it, and the response has been awesome so far.
Yeah, it's definitely a good turnout, especially for a Sunday, and it's like 2 o'clock. Most people wouldn't think to go and play games other than people like us that are into games, but it's definitely a good turnout for the grand opening. By the way, it's the grand opening weekend for the Gamers Guild. So if you guys want to check out a really cool place that is a really family-friendly environment, my daughter is actually here right now running around playing, so there's other kids too, that they can run and mingle, and us older nerd adults can mingle with new people and meet new people and just have a good time, stress-free without anyone. Nobody here is a-holes, basically. Everybody's really cool, and if you don't know how to play certain games, there are people here that will definitely sit down with you and show you how to play, and without any kind of like, oh, you're a noob, stuff like that. So what else?
Thing that we did stress, we really wanted to make it, some game stores out there that throughout the years.
Hey,
so
Josh.
I'm sorry, but
Josh.
you want to be on my volleyball team? We don't have to fight.
Hey, Josh. Hey.
What does that even? What?
We're live, buddy.
Thanks for watching Nerd Talk. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6:30, and we'll see you later.
Bye.